1 Kings 20:15 is talking about those princes, the 232, and Matthew 8:10 is talking about the elect. Let's talk about those fallen angels again. Those fallen angels, where they came here before in Genesis 6 and took women, flesh women, as wives, and they were as giants born from them. And that's good. They're coming back with Satan when he comes, and he's going to bring them with him, and they're going to seem so sweet and innocent, and they're going to be beautiful, the most beautiful creatures we ever seen. They look just like us, but they have the female DNA still in them, so they will look different than us in some ways. They can't come here right now. Satan and the fallen angels are being held in heaven by Michael the archangel by the will of God. And when it's time, when God tells Michael cast them to this earth. And it talks about him casting the earth in Revelations 12, where he's going to send them here, Michael, and because it's time. And it's not real good to people who offend these people who are the elect. It's not a real good idea, because God doesn't want you touching them, doesn't want you messing with them. And he could really, he's not going to put up with that to people if they hurt the elect and do things to them, because God's in control, and he loves them because they love him and they want to do his will. I think that's about all we're going to do right now. That's the key, but I want to talk about the key of David one more time. The key of David is that same thing about the mystery of God. And you're not going to know the mystery of God and understand the key of David, which is in it's in the one church, the Church of Philadelphia, and the Church of Smyrna, the only two churches that God even recognizes as he's favorable to them. And if you're not in one of those churches who's teaching who the Kenites are, that's what they're teaching. And they have the key of David. The key of David opens doors that no one can shut, and shut doors that no one can open. And the key of David is talking about it's got understanding the lineage of Christ, and understanding who Cain was, and the Kenites who are on earth now, and what part they play in this earth, and how they are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to be a part of the negative part of the plan. They're here now. You're not supposed to be messing with them, though. You're supposed to leave them alone. And we got to take off before it gets too dark. Okay, so here it is. False Christ comes first. False Christ comes first. shepherdschapel.org. And false Christ comes first is in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. It starts around that area, and read it and check it out, and so you won't be deceived. Before I go, I want to go into the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is a mark 666, and it's the mark of the beast is where it's a mark from Satan, and you're doing his work. Some people say it's some kind of like computer generated thing on your arm and you're in your head, but it's not. It's actually being deceived and believing. When Satan comes here, he's going to say he's Christ, and they all believe that he is Christ because he has supernatural abilities. He'll be able to make lightning come from heaven, and he will be supernatural. And you know how people act about rock stars. Well, this guy's he's gonna. Anyways, the mark of the beast is where you're deceived because you think he's Christ, and that is the mark of the beast. You'll be doing the work of Satan, and you will believe it in your mind. You'll believe he's Christ. And then when the two witnesses die in the streets of Jerusalem, and they will be killed, there are two elect, are probably Moses and Elijah. They will come back somehow. Maybe the spirit of Elijah and the spirit of Moses will come and be in someone. I don't know. I'm not sure, because I don't know who the two elect are. I mean, the two witnesses are who killed in the streets of Jerusalem. But I know that they were raised in 3.5 days, and that's when Christ comes to earth, and we'll be back into the spirit. And you'll know it because you'll be back in the spirit. You'll pinch yourself, and you won't be any pain. There'll be no pain anymore, and no suffering, and no aging or anything like that. And so that's the mark of the beast. And to understand that, you should understand that with the key of David and everything like that. And I think I got to go because it's going to get dark, and I have to go.